Because collecting makes me feel good. Either that or I just have a serious problem, one or the other. We're gonna look at some new additions to my Ghostbusters collection. So a lot of this particular set is VHS related. Even the Blu-ray in this set is VHS related. Though I have a couple of things which are film related. So we'll start with the newest release in this set, which is this VHS-inspired Blu-ray. This Blu-ray is from the Rewind Collection put out by JB Hi-Fi out of Australia. Now you might be aware of the VHS range Blu-rays put out by HMV, which this set was inspired by. The VHS range is really awesome and all, but it was missing Ghostbusters, so it's nice that this was in the Rewind Collection. 19? What? The Ghostbusters Rewind Collection release is limited to 1,000 copies, and I got 545. And these releases give you a few goodies in there, which again is much like the HMV ones. First up, we got this iron-on fabric transfer. I love how this looks. It kind of looks like a flashy ad in a flyer or something for Ghostbusters. It's got a bunch of quotes from the movie and Slimer and Ecto-1. The collector card it comes with is just the same design that's on the cover of this Blu-ray. And unfortunately, it doesn't feature anything on the flip side. And the last thing it comes with is this large sticker with Ecto-1 and who you gonna call on it. Now for the Blu-ray itself, there's nothing really different on there or anything. It's pretty much the standard Ghostbusters Blu-ray release. But I just love that they're doing releases like this, and I love this kind of different design they put around the Ghostbusters logo and stuff here. And it's also neat how they did the wear pattern around the label like this. But who needs a phony wear pattern when I can have the real thing? So this is Turkish Ghostbusters 2. Or, I'm not gonna say this right, so complain at me, I guess. Hayat Vikilari 2? And it looks like this particular copy was a rental at one point, and it's not actually VHS, it's beta. I think it's kind of neat that at some point this beta tape was getting rented out in Istanbul by Giatan's Video, or Giatani's Videos, something like that. And this beta tape was made by the Korean company SKC, which now just makes me think of our friend Power 5 since they were involved with that and had an ad at the beginning of it. On the inside of the red case, we've got the RCA Columbia International Video logo. And on the back, we have a studio logo that I don't think I've ever seen on a Ghostbusters release before. Yeah, on this Turkish Ghostbusters 2, we've got the Warner Brothers logo. I always find it interesting seeing some of these different logos on some of the international releases like this. Next up, we got Ghostbusters digitally remastered. This is just the VHS version of the 1999 DVD release. Though kind of interesting, on the top label of the actual VHS cassette, they call it the 15th Anniversary Edition, which I think is the only spot I've seen it called that. Now, I didn't go out of my way to get this version of Ghostbusters because it is just Ghostbusters on VHS and it's a cover I already have, but it came in a lot with this, which is something I was kind of interested in getting a copy of. This is the promo version of the Ghostbusters 2 VHS. In the corner, it has a gold stamp saying not for retail or resale, for promotional use only. It's also got this stamp on the side of the box as well. The actual tape is pretty much the same, but it does have this red sticker, again saying for promotional use only, not for sale or rental. And speaking of promo materials, I've got this red Ghostbusters bag. What's in it? Inside this bag came the promo version of Ghostbusters 1. It's not quite as fancy as the Ghostbusters 2 one with the gold stamp on there. And its sticker letting us know that this is a promo copy is the exact same one that was on the Ghostbusters 2 cassette. But I just love that it came in a weird lunch-looking bag. It's just kind of a weird little promo thing that I thought was interesting. With a wonderfully 80s-looking design around the No Ghost logo is this Las Cazafantasmas VHS from Spain. One thing I noticed while nitpicking this slipcover is the printing on the backside of it isn't all that clear. Worst cover ever! Not really, I love this design around the No Ghost logo. In fact, it reminds me of the Rewind Collection Blu-Ray. But one of the oddest things about this slipcover is the VHS actually slides out from the top. I haven't seen too many that do it like that. Though if you're just carrying these slipcovers like this, this would prevent the tape from sliding out on you. And it's still Las Cazafantasmas. And the last cassette of this video is Os Cacafantasmas from Portugal. Yes, caca. I have one other Ghostbusters item with the Cacafantasma's name, though it's not Os Caca, it's just Caca. And that is the real Ghostbusters Fright Features Peter Venkman figure from Brazil. I find it kinda weird that on the back of the Os Cacafantasma's tape that they have the No Ghost logo just kinda randomly 3 times going down it. I guess it's one for each screenshot, but I don't know, it just kind of looks like they're randomly slapped on there. And I also like this certificate looking thing that was sealing the case at one point. The front label on the cassette is that same kind of certificate looking thing. And on the inside of the case we've got Casablanca Video. And yes, much like the Turkish Warner Brothers one, I can say this is the only release of Ghostbusters I recall seeing put out by Casablanca Video. If you don't watch Os Cacafantasmas on VHS, you'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, and for the rest of your life. I did it! I did a Casablanca quote! We got one! Next up we have what is probably the closest I'll come to having Ghostbusters on actual film. These are displays which have frames from the 35mm film of Ghostbusters on them. I think all the shots in both of these displays are frames that come from the trailer, so that's possibly what they cut up to make these. Even though these displays were something I bought locally at a hobby shop, these originally came from the UK from a company called Film Cell. They call them mini montages and they're both numbered. This one's 89 out of 500, and the other one's 234 out of 500. And the last thing I want to show in this video is the Czechoslovakian theatrical poster for Ghostbusters. If you haven't seen this before, yes, this is seriously for Ghostbusters. Look, if you don't believe me, you can see Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, and Ivan Reitman on it. Though, based on this picture, you'd probably think that this is some kind of weird expressionist art film. But I guess that's like the proton pack. I don't know why it's on fire, and I don't know why his eyes are shooting out of his head. I guess he's really surprised that he has a water sprout nose that's trying to catch Chewbacca, which is a ghost, I guess. Yeah, there's really just a lot to take in looking at this, but I really do love it. The art for this poster was created by Peter Post in '88. I guess the Czechoslovakian artists didn't have a whole lot to go on when creating these posters for the movies, so they would just come up with stuff. Certainly made for some really out there things to promote these movies, but I am really glad this happened. I don't know why the Ghostbuster is so huge. I'm guessing this was some kind of interpretation from whatever they heard about the Stay Puft battle at the end. Those stylish boots are classic Ghostbusters gear, though. Isn't that right, Starfish, Chewy, Ghost thing? So what will this freak catch him with first? His water sprout or his fire pack? And is the water sprout nose strapped on? You seem like a weird movie, Krotitlia Duchov. What is flying out from the eyes, too? Is that tears? Why is there a weird star thing on his ear? And which Ghostbuster do you think this is supposed to be? Maybe this guy isn't doing that weird bug eye thing, and maybe this is Ray and those are the ecto goggles. I know, looks just like them, right? This is definitely the most bizarre cover that has ever existed for Ghostbusters, even stranger than the one that calls it caca. I guess he has seen shit that'll turn you white! And really, he is extremely white.